Good morning, everybody. Welcome. It is Tuesday, 26th of July. I've got to keep reminding myself of that. It is still pretty cold in Joburg. Lyall joins me on the line, who's been in excellent form. In fact, the whole Clocking the Gallop team have been in remarkable form. But I suppose, Lyall, we have to doff our hat to the Ghost Rider, who has been, sure, unbelievable. On two tough Durban cards, he's tipped 8 winners, 8 outright winners in 2 days.
Yeah, and those Grable cards haven't been easy, so well done to him. Scottsville and Grable, very difficult the last few days. Top tipping.
Yeah, and I must say that we're on a hat trick as well as far as my soccershop.bet selections are concerned. So we got Sing Spiel, which he also tipped first, the Ghost Rider on Sunday. That one price boosted to 10 to 1. And then our winner yesterday, 11 to 2. Price boosted and won. So we like today's card, though. Before I get started with Lyall, let's quickly remind folks of our special that's coming up, the July, no, I would say the July special, the Gold Cup special. Just want to share that. You can see that, can you, Lyall?
Yes, perfectly.
Lovely. Let me just make it a bit bigger. Clocking the Gallop Extra. I won't spend much time on it, but, well, the figures and the form read for themselves. I mean, we are in unbelievable form at the moment. I just hope it continues all the way through to the Gold Cup. It's our final promotion for the season. A normal price of 250 Rand, and you get the best selections from the full team. So I'm sure Lyall will chip in, I'll chip in, Nico will definitely chip in. Nino has a Fairview meeting that he's got to obviously take care of. And then the Ghost Rider, well, we'll be asking him to give his opinion on everything, because he is in excellent form. So that's the Clocking the Gallop Extra. I've got just the details quickly to show you, and they should come up now. Let's share that. And there's nothing to show here. That's not very good. What happened there? Stop sharing, and let's find out where that's gone. So, yeah, let's find out what happened here. I'm not too sure why it suddenly disappeared. So, let me just quickly pause and get that sorted. Oh, it's back on this one, is it? Stop sharing. Let's see. Can I go left or right here? No. Okay. In which case, then give me 2 seconds. Okay, we should be back on, and hopefully I've got the right slide now to share. Right, there we go. Sorry about that, everybody. We found the slide. So, as is normally the case, the 4 days of tipping. So it'll start on Friday, the 29th of July. That's this Friday. Saturday itself is Gold Cup Day. It's an unbelievable card. Sunday, I see, is going to be my baby because it's the 31st of July at Kenilworth. Actually, I've got a horse running there. I did it my way. I hope it's not 3 to 10 and runs 4th.
Yeah, I hope not, Neil.
Sure, we're still...
disappointing. I know, you're upset about that one. It was very disappointing.
You know, we've been in racing long enough, but the form certainly didn't work out. But punters don't need to be told that. They found out the hard way. Anyway, we'll dissect that at some stage. Cowboys don't cry, as they say. Sunday, the 31st of July, Kenilworth then, so that's me. And then Monday will be, once again, Nino, but I'm sure he'll be also consulting, as I've mentioned, with the Ghost Riders, to 8 winners in 2 days, outright winners. The 250 Rand is confirmed. There's the email. Now, this is important because we've had people in the past who have paid their money, and then Nico can't get them the selections on each of the days because they didn't send their details through. So just contact us on clockingthegallop@gmail.com or on that WhatsApp number, 079 390 5747, specifying your name and critically your preferred mode of communication. Because once you've paid your 250, we want to get you those numbers every day for all 4 days. There is the Clocking the Gallop F&B account number. It's been up on the screen for a while, so I'm sure you've got it. Clocking the Gallop Extra, it's the last one for the season. And the way things are building up, we hope for a big one. So that's the play of your weekend with Clocking the Gallop. Right, let's get back to the business at hand, Lyall. I know you've got to get out to the Vaal today. Race 1 is a Work Riders. What do you think?
Okay, well, you don't like Work Riders. I actually do. I had another chat with James Marie this last week, and we're still sitting at 50% plus favourites winning, Neil. So they generally behave themselves. And in race 1, I make it a bit of a match race here between number 8, Skyfall. Thomas Nkume, he chases his 16th winner for Fani Bronkhorst, as you and I were chatting off air, very much in form. Yes, she's up in distance here this afternoon, but certainly the most consistent horse in the race. And she'll have to beat number 1, Color Coded, with the very talented Joe Gwingwiza aboard. Candice Dawson. I went and had a look at the form lines. They really are not strong. So, sure, 1 and 8 to fight it out. And then the value bet, number 7, Eurodice, with Sam Mosia, Paul Peter. Sam Mosia has been in very good form. We don't need to talk about Paul Peter. And I think this is going to be the improver. But 8 from 1, and then 7 and 6 to follow them home, Neil.
Okay, 8, 1, 7, 6 for Lyall. I'm all over the 7, Eurodice, only because it's Sam Mosia, and it's Paul Peter, and it's Suzette Viljoen. Suzette's horses that have run with Paul recently have just all trotted up. And it's a Rafif. So I'm all over the 7 in the first race. But let's move on to race.
I think with a bipod, just go 1, 7, and 8, and you'll double up.
Yeah, 1, 7, I agree. 1, 7, and 8. Let's move on to race 2. This is a maiden juvenile plate for fillies. A couple of first timers here, a couple of unexposed sorts. What do you think?
I think the betting wise, the one Time to Flower was the favorite. I think this is the right one. Cabello Mazziniani for Brett Crawford. Nice local debut, went second by Ntayuba. The form lines on the Cape, way stronger than anything else in the field here. So it was also backed quite heavily on debut. Went over 15 to 10 on local debut, I should say. Tops the speed rating, and I think Time to Flower is the right one. And I'd be confident of banking that in the PA. But as you say, that 2-year-olds, Neil, we always chat about that. Number 5, Jinquin. Lucky Udlakis did say, expecting a nice run here. He was quite surprised on debut. Was only 2 lengths behind my first selection, number 1. And then the 6 horse, which is Madam Vicky, much improved second behind Arilina. JP van der Merwe rides for the Alec-led stable. And then a horse like number 8, Queen of Smoke, I thought could be an improver. Queen of Smoke, that form line, Time for Orchids, Neil, very strong. And the mare of Queen of Smoke was Quinta, who you'll know, Stanley Ferreira.
Yes.
Was a decent 5-time winner. So I'm expecting a better run from 8. But so there's 2 ways for me on form, number 1. But the improvers, 5, 6, and 8. That's how I read the race.
Okay, there we go. I've got nothing to add there. I just was showing the viewers the betting here. There has been money for Madam Vicky, quite a lot of it. Alec Laird, JP van der Merwe teaming up on that Daughter of Master of My Fate. That looks like the one the market wants to hear about as the garage door opens. Oh, the thrilling sounds of the garage door opening. Got it all going on in the background here. But better than 4 children, so they're at school, which I don't have to tell you about.
Yeah, we know. Same.
Okay, let's move on to race 3, shall we? And have a look at the betting for the 3rd race. While you do that, Lyall, off you go. Money for Texas Red. What did you think here?
Well, a lot lucky. Andrew Fortune heard his comments about number 10, Texas Red. He said whoever beats this horse wins. So he was very confident about the Son of United States after that pleasing debut. The mare won 3 times over 1,400. Ryan Munger rides here for the Fortune stable. So a lot of confidence from the stable. But I did think that number 4, Love Me Again, would give him a go. Gavin Dorina for Paul Peter, 2 decent efforts. And although was half a length behind number 10, Texas Red, who was notably on debut, is half a kilogram better off and also had that good first run. So again, I thought a bit of a match race here between those 2. And then number 9, Tartarus to follow them home with number 1, I Am Giant. We're going to watch the betting on the Son of Kawari. The mare won over 1160, so a bit of speed there as well. Lucky did comment about number 2, King of Rome. He said quartet chance, not a good field. Lucky's words, not a good field here. So quartet chance on debut. But sure, Andrew was so confident that I might lean towards the 10, Texas Red from the 4, Love Me Again. I thought those were the 2 to fight it up.
Okay, that's race 3. Let's move on to race 4 and have a look at the betting for the 4th race. There's a scratching here in the form of number 13 that comes out of race 4. Number 13, who didn't, I don't think, had much form anyway. It's so cold, I can't even turn the computer form pages. Well, actually, 13 had a bit of form, so it might have improved. But it's not running. And Francois Herald rides number 17, which is Look to the Stars. That's 50 to 1 anyway. Money here for number 12, Misty Cliffs, the Roy Magna runner, with Caden Brewer on board. But to me, it looked like an interesting race. I thought there there was some wiggle room here. Obviously, number one, I'm in Love sets the standard, but what did you think?
Yeah, again, I think there's some wiggle room here. First leg of the jackpot, not the easiest. Starting off with Misty Cliffs, when I actually studied the form and I saw the horse was 8-1, I was quite surprised. Caden Brewer for Roy Magna, that third behind Gobsmacked. Toyuba's come through and won. We'll see the Toyuba form line earlier in the day. There have been 3 winners from the Captain Peg form line, 3 winners from the Gimme a Shot form line. Caden Brewer taking the 1.5 off. I think Misty Cliffs is a runner, but the same can be said about number one, I'm in Love, the favourite. Craig Zaki for Paul Peter. Paul Peter's comments, he said, working well. He has said that about all his horses today, though. Back from 178-day rest, and again, nice Cape form lines, Neil. So if this, we know how Paul Peters, his horses that are making local debuts here are absolutely flying. So I do think I'm the Love is the right one. Number 15, Spirit Princess could be a bit of value. Brian Yower for the Aussie team. The mare was quite useful as well, Sylvan Spirit. And then a horse like number 3, Silk Garden, who was very close the first two. And even the 9 at 14-1 was only half a length behind number 5, Luna Ballard, on that last run. So, yeah, Neil, I agree with you. It's a tricky race. If I had to stick my neck out, I would go with the 1 because of the form lines and the stable. But I thought Misty Cliffs, even haven't even mentioned number 11 yet for the Clarkson stable. I'm going to go a few in the first leg of the jackpot, Neil.
Okay, first leg, the potential roughies. If number 1, I'm in Love, and the money horse number 12, Mr. Cliffs, do fluff their lines, then it has an open look around about it, which Lyall has mentioned. Okay, let's move on to race 5, which is a race that perhaps we can hold a bit shorter. Master of Coin clearly is, if it was a normal maiden, I suspect it might be 1 to 3, but it's not. It's a maiden handicap, and Lyall and I have discussed this already. We both feel that, you know, number 3, Flag Bearer, because it's a maiden handicap, gets 5 kilograms, and that's going to make him pretty competitive. So 1 and 3, 3 and 1 for us.
Yeah, I mean, you've just summed it up there. I mean, 3 from 1, 1 and 3. Yeah, it's a match race, Neil, on form. 5 kilograms is a lot to receive over 2,000 meters. Master of Coin arrived with some nice form lines. In fact, 7, 12, 15, 16, 17 winners have come out of his last 4 form lines, whereas Flag Bearer isn't as strong. But 5 kilograms, Gavin Arena, 3 from 1, 1 from 3. You hit the nail on the head, Neil. I've got nothing else to add there. I don't think anything else can win.
Okay, I was just muting myself because now I've got some garage delivery arriving, not for me, but for somebody's building a house next door to me. It's all happening here. It sounds like a Noddy's big city environment. Okay, so let's move on to the next race, shall we? And let me go back to sharing that screen and doing some fast moving on to the next race. So yeah, Lyall and I are in agreement there. If you play the jackpot 1 or the jackpot 2, and there will be on that subject a Take a Bet with Tab video going out a little bit later on. So take cognizance of that. And there'll definitely be, by the way, a price booster because we're on a hat trick of those. As I mentioned, 10-1 winner, 11-2 winner. We'll see if we get a third. But I'm going to pick Lyall's brains about that off air. Let's move on to race 6, 96 handicap. Yeah, small field, but what did you make of it? It looked pretty competitive to me.
I actually studied this particular race nice and hard, Neil. I've ended up going narrowly with number 2, Roll with the Punches, Roy Magna, Gavin Arena, because of that win last time. I mean, Vaal also came through and won a Group 2 next time, and Roll with the Punches beat it. So, although he's up 6 points, carrying 59.5 kilograms, he loves the course and distance, and he's in fine form. But some weight issues here. Number 8, Spanish Boy, hasn't won for 698 days, but maybe today will be the day. He's well in here. He has won over course and distance. And look at his last 2 efforts, not striding. He managed to run under 2 lengths beyond Godswood. If he gets it right, I mean, lucky you, Larkus' words, this is an enigma to him, this horse. He doesn't know what to do. But Spanish Boy could easily win a race like this. Goliath Heron is well in here. If you look at the weight turnarounds, he's got weight turnarounds with the whole field. So Goliath Heron, Pierce Rodham, big runner. And then I also would not leave out It's About Time. Those last 2 runs, really, really good for Paul Peter. Enters its colours here with Anthony Peter. So good race, Neil, actually. I've mentioned those 4 horses. I think all 4 can win. But I think 8 and 6 could be value.
Yeah, I see it the same way. I mean, roll the punch with the punches. I got to respect, but you're right. He's been slapped with that weight. So if you have a look at his that run behind when he beat Val Dorsia, Goliath Heron is 3.5 kilograms better off with him for a 2.5 length beating.
Correct.
So theoretically, Goliath Heron should finish a kilogram, sorry, a length clear of him. But that never happens like that because roll with the
No.
punches is pretty quick. So he'll be on his bicycle early. But I like the booking of Pierre Stradom. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's very competitive. Number 4 is About Time. He's an Oratorio. I think you know I bought an Oratorio, really nice Oratorio at the sales. I think he's an underrated stallion,
Yeah.
and you get them for value for money. So I hope he runs well for our own syndicate with the Oratorios. But yeah, beyond roll with the punches, it does get trappy.
Yeah, it does.
Spanish Boy is a little bit. I don't want to be disrespectful to him or to the other horse that I'm going to compare him to, but he's a little bit like what's that Michael Azzi horse that hasn't won for 768 days? Java
Yes.
something.
Java
Something
House.
Java House. I mean, and
Mm.
credit to the owners because they've stuck faith with their horses and they are consistent, but they just can't get the win. So, Spanish Boy,
Yeah.
698 days. That's coming up to
Yeah.
2 years. But maybe
I know.
today's
But
the
Neil,
day.
the more and more I went in circles here. For instance, It's About Time has been beaten and held by Goliath. If you go back to the 9th of April, and Goliath is theoretically held just slightly at the weights by Spanish Boy. So to me, Spanish Boy actually is the right horse here. But like you said, and I'll use Lucky's exact words. He says Spanish Boy is becoming old and grumpy. Exact words from Lucky.
Yeah, he didn't compare it to himself, did he, Lucky?
He did actually. Yeah, Andrew Bond made sure that Lucky was included in that. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. No. Well, I hope for the best for them. I think the booking of Cabela Matsuyama might be a stroke of genius. Cabela's riding well, so
Yeah.
I think maybe the change of rider will help him. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't leave him out, Spanish Boy, for sure. Okay, let's move on to race 7. We dwelled a bit on that. The next 2 races are pretty competitive. But we're back with the Paul Peter, Suzette Fouillon, Gavin Lorena combination here on number 1 Cabinet Shuffle, who brings some KwaZulu-Natal form. But as you mentioned earlier on, these horses, first time up for Paul Peter, have done very well, and Cabinet Shuffle might well fit the bill again.
Yeah, geez, Paul Peter gets them to improve length. So, yeah, obviously a big danger here. But like you said, Neil, I think this is very open. To me, Jet Cat is a big runner here. Diego de Gavea for Heinrich van der Westhuizen. His last merit rating was off a 72. He's now a 71. He's knocking loudly. He's half a kilogram better off with Midnight Badger. He was just in front of number 10, Who's That Star, on that double secret form line. He's 5.5 kilograms better off with Frontline Fighter, if you go back 5 runs. So at the weights, this is like my Spanish Boy. At the weights, Jet Cat's the right one. But who's that star? Simanga Kumalo for Clinton Binder. Merit rating in a good spot here. Simanga retains and beat a few last time. There are a few behind him. He's 5 kilograms better off with Another Thief. If you go back 5 runs, he's pretty well in here. Obviously, Cabinet Shuffle has to be taken very seriously, as is the case with number 3, Frontline Fighter. That last winner, Frontline Fighter, he won in 69.48. And there have been good winners from there. So, sure, Neil, I can go on, but I'll stop there. For me, it's 13, 10, 1, and 3. I could probably name another 4.
Yeah, very competitive. I agree with you. Who's That Star? I quite liked him on form. And then, like you, I spent a bit of time looking at the handicap and thought, gee whiz, he's been chucked in here. There's one particular form line where I couldn't believe how well he is. Maybe it's that last, was it in fact the last? It's the run on the 12th of July where he's
he beat a few.
Yeah, beat a few, and Midnight Badger meets him on the same terms. I mean, he can't, he can't roll that over, and neither could Edgar Town or Admiralty Arch, although there might be a little bit of improvement in those. Now, I agree with you. I thought Who's That Star got away with a bit of murder there last time, but he'll have to capitalize to make it. The thing is about him, I think he might be at his best over 1,000, and this is the 1,200. Yes. So very, very trappy little race.
Trappy race.
First choice, trappy. The old campaigner Jet Cat. I think you've got to go fairly wide there. Just one quick one I wanted to ask you. Moya Wala Liga, did you give that any kind of chance?
It is in my list, and I would not be leaving it out of the jackpot. If we go to the frontline fighter form line, 3 kilograms better off for 2 lengths. So if you like frontline fighter, Moya wa La Liga has to be in here too. One of those races, Neil. Merit rating come down too.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's. I don't know. I pressed the wrong button now. See, I shouldn't have done
Again.
that. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. Let me just get out of back here. Remaining time. Stop share. Okay. Let me just stop share and get out of that. I don't know what I've done. Right. As long as we're still recording, which we are. Okay. Let's move on to race 8 and. Yeah, sure. It doesn't get any easier in the last. Well, I don't think it gets any easier. Although, having said that, number 9, Break Point, there's been money for Break Point, and it was an excellent debut, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly was, but I don't think this is a one-way race by any means, Neil. You and I actually chatted just briefly before we started, and you told me your value bets, and I nearly fell over. We'll come to that now. Number 1, Big 5, Samaga Kamalo for the Roo stable. Yes, he's having his 16th run. Yes, he's exposed, but 3 good course and distance runs. And I like his last 2. I think Big 5 with Samanga Kamalo is a massive runner here in the last race to finally get it right. Obviously, number 9, Breakpoint, very good debut. Home of the Braves come through to win. Gavin Larena is riding exceptionally well the last month or so. And David Neverhazen's horse. And then over the page, not over the page, Knocked Twice. This was 10-1. I'm not sure what it is now, but that last one was a nice improved effort. St. Quintin's come through and won. Let's have a look at that. Number 3 is... Still, oh no, wrong race. Need to go to 8th. Just want to see what number 3 is. Knocked Twice. 20-1, Neil.
Yeah,
that's
20-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And then number 12, Give Me a Diamond. I also thought could be a player here. 1400 meters, tongue tie, nicely drawn. Pelisandi and Poli had a nice win yesterday in one of the rides there. Yeah, so as you said, difficult race. I'm probably going to lean a little bit towards number 1, Big 5, and then my value bet number 3, Knocked Twice, Neil.
Okay, yes, I see the money is poured on number 9, Breakpoint. He is a 2-year-old. Is one of these races where there's 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and a few 4-year-olds. Number 5, Never Too Clever, is a 4-year-old who's been knocking at the door. He's having his 11th start. I see the blinkers are back on, but he'll have to pick up his feet. I think he's kind of in his place. Yeah, and beyond that, I think it's fairly open. You mentioned number 12, Give Me a Diamond, didn't you? I think you did.
Yes, I think it's a runner, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's been a touch of support for that. Okay, yeah, the last race, beyond those, the form runners, definitely, as you mentioned, number 1 has been knocking on the door, Big 5. I backed him actually at his penultimate start at 25-1. And he very nearly beat Parker Getrix, but I didn't go for him last time, but he held his form. So he should be thereabouts.
I think.
Okay.
I think that's 9. Obviously, Neil, 9 is the favorite, and obviously the horse to beat you. But if 9 doesn't win, I think Big 5, Knocked Twice, and then 12, Give Me a Diamond, are big runners here. So it's all going to revolve around number 9, Breakpoints. And I will speak to David Neverhazen when I'm out there at the Vaal.
Okay. Well, dress up warmly because it's blinking cold.
No, I'm not like you. I'm not like you, Nico. I don't feel the cold, Neil.
Don't you? Sure.
No.
Well, you're braver than me. That's for sure. Lyall, I'm going to let you go. I know you've got to drive out there. Thanks for your hard work.
Thank you, Neil.
And yeah, your best of the day then. I'm actually thinking that between you and I, we might actually fancy Flag Bearer, because that 5 kilograms he gets from Master of Coin is quite significant, isn't it?
Makes him a big runner. I'm just going back to the earlier races. Certainly a big runner. So the best of the day. Yeah, they probably would be our best of the day, because we made a lot of the races match races, and that's no exception. But yeah, 5 kilograms is a lot over 2,000 meters.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll shop around for the right value, I think, and see if we can make it 3 from 3 as far as the price booster is concerned. But Lyall, thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Neil.